I used to think nightmares were fun, so I asked for more. They were the only source of excitement in my endless rut of a life. I never used to get nightmares, and for that, I should have been grateful. I wasn't. I wished for more. I craved the adrenaline and the pounding of my heart as my eyes flew open. They say be careful what you wish for. They're not lying. The nightmares started to come quicker and much more often. It was the small things at first, the things anybody would have, being chased by wild dogs, being abandoned, or running naked into school. I tired of them quickly. I had no reason to keep myself awake after them. Soon, they began to become more intense, my brain playing tricks on me. I'd be held down by my throat, unable to breathe, unable to scream, my chest heaving but no air entering my lungs. I'd be torn at, my skin coming away like butter. I'd be tied down as those I trusted sliced into me. I began to dream of hell. Then I'd wake, my eyes not quite focusing on anything in my small box room. The purples of my cushions would merge with the cream of my wall, and the giant teddy bear that sat in the corner would blur. But I could breathe. There was no pressure on my throat. I could take in deep lungfuls of air, as if I hadn't breathed for hours. I scratched at my skin to check that it was still there, and it was. I would check my clock, and it would always be the same time. 5 minutes past 3 in the morning. My eyes would try to slide closed, but I couldn't let that happen. Instead, I'd pull myself to the bathroom down the carpeted hall and splash icy cold water on my face until I was in no danger of sleeping. The sleep deprivation, I concluded, would be better than facing the horrors of the night. I'd go into school like a zombie, and nobody seemed to notice that anything was different. I began to become paranoid. As people walked past me, the memories would come rushing back, invading my mind. She was the one who made the first incision 2 nights ago. He was the one who had his hand over my neck last week. And they were the ones that retrieved the knives from the depths of hell. I pushed everyone away, in fear that they would build hell on earth. So I sat alone, excluding myself from the drone of conversation and the inconvenience of life. My nightmares would plague me. Creative writing assessments in English were easy. Just pick a night, and there was a horror story right there. Talks of battles in history shocked others, but barely even struck me as odd. The drawings I did in art made everyone feel nauseous, but seemed quite normal to me. Lessons on hell in RE would strike fear into my very soul. Of all the things I needed, more imagery about Hades was not one of them. Those lessons began to creep into my dreams too. A human being can go 14 days without sleep before they die. The record for days without sleep is 11, a record which is held by a university student from America. My record is 5 days. I started hallucinating so horrifically on the 5th day, I couldn't take it anymore. The susurrus whispers began first, those voices assuring me that I was crazy, that I was worthless and doomed to be ended by my own mind. Next, it was the high-pitched, semi-paternal squealing. It sounded like nails running down a chalkboard or a knife scraping against a plate, only twice as high and 5 times as loud. Then inanimate objects began to turn quilinquent. The spots of brightness emitting from plants and pictures blinded me. I knew that these were merely chimeral, but can a schizophrenic stop having hallucinations? No. Neither can someone suffering with extreme sleep deprivation. Then, inanimate objects began to turn quilinquent. The spots of brightness emitting from plants and pictures blinded me. I knew that these were just merely chimerical, But can a schizophrenic stop having hallucinations? Neither can someone suffering with extreme sleep deprivation. I decided to suck it up and face the monsters every night. I've been sleeping well. And when I say well, I mean I've been getting 6 hours of sleep. That's why I know I'm not hallucinating when I see dark figures in my bedroom at night. When I hear the creaking of my door opening, I know it's real. When the piercing screams of tortured souls invade my eardrums, it's actually happening. When I hear the hissed threats that they are coming for me, sadly, I know it's real too. They say be careful what you wish for. I wished for hell. And I got it. It's 3 in the morning. I can hear them.